up this year because I have nothing to wear on my birthday. I thought I had a week before my birthday, but turns out I have 2 days and I have nothing to wear because this year I told myself I was gonna sew my own clothes for my birthday since I started sewing and nobody told me my birthday was in 2 days. So I only have 2 days to make a birthday outfit. Super not slay, honestly. My plan is to make a dress. Okay, if I can make a dress, then everything else I have planned, like if it falls through, I'll still have a dress to wear, you know what I mean? I kind of want to make an Ed Hardy inspired dress. You know, the Ed Hardy t-shirt dress. I think that would be adorable, and I have a bunch of t-shirts that are too big anyway, so that would be perfect. If I have time, I also want to make a jean skirt, okay, to wear under the dress for extra frilliness. And if I have even more time, I want to make maybe like a skull hairpin like this one. That would be adorable too. But let me just get into it because I don't have time. I don't have time. I think you get the idea. So yeah. This is my box full of clothes. I was initially gonna donate, but I figured I can use it as my own fabric stash, kind of, sort of, if that makes sense. So it's a bunch of clothes, most of which were thrifted initially. Anyways, not important. So the t-shirt I wanna work with and try to turn it into an Ed Hardy dress. I'll have to find it, hold on.
75 years later.
Okay, so look, this is what I got out of my stash so far. The star is this shirt. Okay, I think it's funny because it says Hello Kitty in like a very like band tee type of font. So I don't know, I thought it would be cute. I can definitely use like this t-shirt, right? And make my life easier, which maybe I should do that. But I really want it on like a black base because I feel like that would play into like the So I plan on cutting this graphic out. It's a really nice tee, but I just think like it's kind of boring on this white t-shirt. I got it from TJ Maxx actually. Surprisingly, right? It's really cute. And I want to put it on this shirt that it's my boyfriend's. He was gonna donate it because it has like some fading and then some like dark spots. I don't know if it picks up well on camera, but it's like not even. So like some spots are really light, some spots are really dark. So I think this would be fine. And for like extra graphics, if I need them in the back, maybe I have this. I was gonna donate this anyway, so it'll be getting like a second life, hopefully. I remember I got my first paycheck and this is what I wanted to buy. And I wore it a lot and I'm just like attached to it now, so I'm excited that it's gonna be repurposed. This is everything for the dress, and then I have like more Hello Kitty pieces and stuff I could put on it, and gems and beads and that whole stuff, but that'll come in later, you know? And also if I have time to make the skirt, these are the jeans I want to use, I think. They're so pretty. Like look at the workmanship on the like the pockets and stuff. It's just so pretty. It's just I don't like how it fits me. And yeah, that's enough yapping. I'm just gonna get into everything because I don't have a lot of time. And I'll try to make it as thorough as possible for you, but if you have any questions, just let me know. And yeah, enjoy the process. I'll be voiceovering a lot of it because I don't know what I'm doing, and hopefully it's easier to narrate in hindsight rather than narrating something that you don't know what's happening. So yeah, voiceover me here, and as you can see, it's time to get cutting. And I was struggling a little bit to make the first cut because I was questioning everything. I was like, is this a good idea? Am I gonna ruin this shirt? It's so adorable. I just don't want to mess it up. But then after going back and forth, I got into cutting, and I don't know why I was hesitating because actually cutting fabric is like weirdly therapeutic. Am I the only one who thinks this way? Now I'm working on the base of the dress, and I'm using this black t-shirt, and instead of measuring like a normal person would, I decided to use a tank that fit me really well, and I just traced down the sides. And I'm using this pen, okay? It's like a white ink pen for marking clothes, and it looks like I'm not tracing anything, but I swear it works, okay? It just takes a while to show up. So I'm just gonna cut this. I'm so scared. I am literally so scared. I think I'm overthinking it and I should just do it, okay? I have enough fabric that if I mess up, I can fix it. I just need to do it. I had to give myself a little pep talk before I decided to cut this fabric. And honestly, I think I was just overthinking it because there was like a strict deadline, and also I didn't want to mess it up and waste fabric, but cutting fabric isn't really that hard. So I don't know why I was stressing out. Ugh. Great. I think it would look better if I cut these out This seemed like a brilliant idea at this point in time, but honestly it was by far the most time-consuming part of this whole entire project, and I just wish I started off with a shirt that was already pretty solid, you know what I mean?
One eternity later.
After so much cutting that my hands were literally aching, we finally had all the letters, okay? And I was like laying them out and like trying to arrange them, and honestly I wish I had like a game plan here. I'm embarrassed to admit that I kind of was just going into this blind. Like I just had like no plan at all. This is also where I started running into problems, okay? The first thing is that I had the horrifying realization here that this dress was so freaking empty, okay? Which meant that I had to cut out more pieces to fill it up. And I just was tired of cutting at this point and did not want to even think of cutting anything, so this was super annoying. The second issue I ran into is Hello Kitty wouldn't fit. Like the whole Hello Kitty word, stupid long ass name, wouldn't fit across the top of the dress, okay? It was so irritating because that's like the one thing I had in mind, okay? Like I didn't have a plan on what I wanted this dress to look like, but I did know that I wanted the font to be across the top, so it kind of mimics a band tee. That didn't even like go as planned, so that was super great. I was struggling. The only way it would fit is if I took off the O, which I did. So yeah, now we have Hello Kitty. Super cool, super slay. All hail Hello Kitty. Spoiler alert, for majority of this day, I'm just cutting out fabric and just trying to arrange the placement of it, because honestly, like, there were just too many possibilities, okay? And I am an indecisive girly. I was surrounded by scraps of fabric, internally screaming. I love that for me. But then finally the clouds parted and I had an idea. I finally had an idea. Why not keep with the theme of Hello Kitty and make a cutie pink pentagram behind her? Okay, just hear me out, okay? I figured I have enough scraps of fabric, and a star is like easy to make, first of all. Second of all, it's gonna take up a lot of room on the dress, which is what I want, which is what I need, honestly. But it also looks like I'm about to summon Miss Hello Kitty for my birthday, and you know what? I am all about that, you know? I have an extra person to celebrate my birthday with. Super slay. And you know Miss Hello Kitty, she demands sacrifices. So this was nice because I'm sacrificing this old Obey shirt, which I never showed. I'm sorry about that, but here's what it looked like, kind of, sort of. But since it's an Obey shirt, I thought it would be super cute to add the word Obey somewhere, like Obey Hello Kitty or else, you know what I mean? So I was gonna add it on top of Hello Kitty, but I didn't like the placement, so I added it on the bottom. But honestly, if I could go back, I would add it on the top so it makes more sense. It's like subliminal messaging throughout the dress, which, you know, I'm all about that. I don't know how we ended up here, honestly. To make the star, I used a sleeve because it was like a long strip of fabric, and I lined it with some interfacing. I don't know if this step was totally necessary, but I did it because I thought it would help with structure, which I think it did, but it just kind of made the front of the dress kind of stiff, so I don't know if I would recommend it, honestly. But anyway, and then I cut the strip in half, and then each strip I kind of took in both of the sides and ironed it. I don't know if this is like a bias tape. I'm pretty sure it's not. To hold the shape, I pinned the strips, and then it was time to sew. This part wasn't super hard or anything, just really time consuming. Another time consuming thing. I'm finally gonna start sewing now, and I'm gonna start off with the little stripes, and then I'll pin everything in place and then go over everything, if that makes sense. I'm just gonna run a stitch through all of these stripy stripes for the pentagram. And yeah, wish me luck. I'm gonna be here for a while. I actually wasn't here for a long time, thankfully, but if you're wondering what I'm watching in the background, it's a 28 years later explained video, because I literally just watched that movie before my birthday and it was so good. I just love zombies. Ever since I was a kid, I literally wanted there to be a zombie apocalypse so bad. I had my outfit picked out and everything. I don't know why I thought I could survive a zombie apocalypse, but now I don't know if I'm down for that. Anyway, here I'm laying out the completed star arms. Now that the strips were done, I was finally able to place everything on the dress and pin it for one final time. Super exciting to never have to freaking arrange the placement of anything ever again. for this project at least. I'm done pinning the front part and it's gonna feel like this, but I feel like this looks like a little band tee and it says obey at the bottom, like obey Satan Hello Kitty. I think it's adorable. This took the longest for me because I had to cut all the pieces out and stuff and pin them and arrange them and kind of like try to see what looked cute. But honestly, if you already have like a graphic tee that's like really busy, you don't even have to do that. I just didn't have a really busy graphic tee that I wanted to cut up, and I really wanted to use this Hello Kitty tee because I love the text and it says Hello Kitty. I think it's funny. So yeah, hence the pentagram and everything. So, and then for the back, I have this, which also I really like the back. But yeah, all I gotta do now is just sew all these pieces on, and then I just have to do the sides, like the side, and I gotta add a little ribbon to the top and some bows. That's that, and then I gotta do the ruffles on the bottom too. Shoot, I have a lot to do. But you know, it's okay. Live, laugh, and love. For the rest of the evening, I just spent time sewing the fabric pieces onto the base of the dress. And to be completely honest, this was a little stressful at first because I'm still struggling with sewing curves. So this is very challenging for me. Already like sewing a straight line is hard enough for me. But then after a while, I got into the groove of things. I also stopped caring about it looking super refined and perfect because like I just had to get rid of that expectation because this is like one of my first clothing projects, so I wasn't really expecting a lot, you know what I mean? But I also didn't want to look horrible. Another big struggle for me was rethreading my sewing machine. Okay, I wanted to use different colored threads for different aspects of the dress, like the font where it said Hello Kitty. I wanted to use like this fun metallic thread that I recently got, so it was super irritating to have to like rethread the sewing machine every 5 seconds, but we made it out alive. I also want to take a moment and just say that the sun has fully set at this point and I am only now starting to sew. The whole day was just spent cutting fabric and with placement, so super poor planning on my part, but you know, YOLO. And at this point, I was just thinking, you know, the fact that I'm turning clothes that I was initially gonna donate into something new was kind of exciting and also like, I don't know, like weirdly sentimental. I just felt like the clothes were like gonna die and I basically, you know, they're like a phoenix and they rose from their eventual fate if they had, you know, been donated by me. It also felt cool because I was making something that was like I made it and all the little details, it was just like fully mine. I don't know, maybe I'm just being extra sentimental because like on my birthday I'm already like in shambles, but this was, I don't know, I felt like, I don't know, I can't find the right word to put to my feelings, but it felt nice and I definitely want to start making more clothes. Yep, and that's basically it for this day. On to day 2.
The next day.
I was able to stitch everything on yesterday. So now I have to make the side panels for the dress. Also, sorry if I look rough. I literally rolled out of bed. And also sorry for the mess. I don't know how much you can see, but I can't decide if I want like pink paneling on the side. I think I do because the strap I'm planning on using is black, so I think it would be like good contrast. Is that not cute? I can also do black on the side, but I feel like that's not giving that much either. I don't know, I hate making decisions and this is really bothering me. I don't know, I just don't want it to be too much pink. Okay, after a little bit of deliberation, I'm gonna do black on the sides and pink on the top and this type of fabric on the bottom. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I am gonna do some black on the sides. This works out because I have a lot of black fabric anyways. I'm gonna do the same process that I did for the pentagram. I'm gonna line it with interfacing and then fold it and then I'll add the grommets, right? I think that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't know. For the side panel, I'm sacrificing yet another sleeve. Okay, hail Hello Kitty, she demands sacrifices. So over here, I'm measuring the side of the dress to ensure that I have enough fabric, and it turns out I did, so that was super great. And now I'm just evening out this weird sleeve shape, okay, into a perfect rectangle, so it's easy to work with. And I'm basically repeating the steps that I did to make the pentagram, but over here, I feel like the use of interfacing makes a lot more sense because it's gonna be used to lace up the side of the dress, so it's like more reinforced, and like I hope it doesn't rip when I'm wearing it, you know what I mean? That's all I hope for, that it just doesn't rip on me. So interfacing here, I think totally good. And then the single strips, I folded them into like a fancy U shape and basically just had them like hug the raw edge of the dress, if that makes any sense. And then yeah, I just sewed them on.
Watching goats go at it.
Don't worry about the video I'm watching, okay? But I'm using this ribbon to kind of add to the top because I thought it looked cute at the time, but looking back, I'm not sure. It kind of distracts from the pentagram and makes it look a little busy, don't you think? Also, I used black thread on a pastel pink I don't know why I sound like I smoke cigarettes. I used black thread on like a pastel pink ribbon. It looks hella ugly. I might remove it. I don't know. Don't judge me. I was really trying to avoid threading the sewing machine again. And then to hide the edge of the ribbon, I kind of tucked it in between the side strap, like sandwiched it in between. Now it was time for the grommets, and I was super this is gonna be another learning curve for me because I've never used grommets before, and I was just laying them out and I realized I need so many grommets. It was super great on top of that I was on a super tight crunch. I needed to get this dress done by today basically, so I figured to test it out I would try to put a grommet on the skirt piece because it's not like super needed there, but I can like test it out to see if it's working. I don't know what I was doing. I put the grommet there and I started banging it with this metal scrap that we had laying around because I don't have a hammer or anything like that, and my whole desk was shaking. My boyfriend came in. He was like, what the heck are you doing? I think I broke this grommet. I didn't even know you could break a grommet, but I think I did. It's like not usable anymore. I'm so lucky to have a super helpful boyfriend because he figured out the grommets for me and decided to do those for me while I worked on the rest of the dress. This was a super duper time saver. He saved my life, honestly, and also he saved my wrist from my gangrene cyst. In case you're wondering, it's still there. Kelly, what you doing?
Sophisticated things.
Also, I want to take a moment to appreciate the stickers on his laptop because they are very chaotic, all of them. Not one normal sticker on his laptop. He's hard at work putting the grommets on for me. Thank you for doing this for me. Now for the ruffles or pleats. I think these are pleats. I'm not super sure. I still don't really know the difference. I had to watch a tutorial on how to figure it out. It's a super helpful tutorial. I have the creator here. It was really confusing at first, and at first I was thoroughly measuring each pleat to make sure it was even, and then after a few times of doing that I decided to just eyeball it, and it didn't turn out super even obviously, but I don't really mind it. Here's a quick little update on the grommets. My boyfriend is doing such a good job. I did ask him to add a few more grommets, but right now I'm just testing to see if the ruffles will look good, and I really like them. So while my boyfriend's putting the grommets on, I decided to add all the little bits and berries, the dingles and the dongles, the dingleberries. I don't know if those are the right words, but I'm just adding things to make the dress look cute at this point. I added some of my fabric flowers and bows because I just want to use them. I have so many of them. I got them from Walmart, by the way. They were super inexpensive. I also added lace from a beat up tank top. Rest in peace. Miss Kitty demanded another sacrifice and I had no choice but to comply. I did have a mishap though when I was cutting. I was cutting it haphazardly and I ended up cutting into the lace in the back, but it wasn't a big deal. I ended up just stitching it together. Anyways, I used this to add additional support on the top, and it was just really helpful. You know, with tube tops they keep sliding down and I really didn't have an issue, and I think like adding the straps really helped. And yes, I'm using a black thread again to sew the strap part on. Don't ask me why, okay? I was making bad decisions. Anyway, I was super shocked at this point because I had enough time to even make the skirt, okay? I thought making the dress was a lot, let alone a skirt. And here's what I did. I started off by chopping right below the pockets because I really like the pockets and I wanted to preserve them as much as I could. And then I cut the crotch area. I cut up the legs into 4 different pieces and I just cut off the seam instead of seam ripping it because who even has time for that? And honestly, that sounds like a nightmare. I tried a different technique with pleating them because I don't know, I was in an adventurous mood, I guess. This did cause me to freaking stab myself in the fingers with the needle multiple times, but I think it was worth it. Over here, I'm trying to arrange the pleats onto the skirt part, and I just felt like it wasn't really looking cute. It was looking kind of boxy. I was feeling adventurous once again, and I decided to go for an asymmetrical look because I saw it on Pinterest and I thought it looked cute. The hardest part about making the skirt was, I think, getting it through my sewing machine, okay? Let's take a moment. My machine, she was really struggling and I was sweating, but after some sweaty shoves, we made it out alive. No sewing machines were harmed in the making of this video. I hope so. I really do. I don't know what I would do without my sewing machine. She doesn't have a name yet. As my bedtime was approaching, I decided to take care of a few things off camera, such as attaching the little lace-up details on the side. I had to sacrifice yet another thrifted item. Okay, Hello Kitty, her sacrifices just do not stop. She is just hungry. So I cut off the stringy bits of this dress and I'm gonna use that to strap up the sides off camera. And then I also had enough time to make a cutie skull hairpin. If you're interested in the process of making this, I did a whole video where I make a bunch of these, so please check that out if you want to know how to make these hair clips. But yeah, I think this was mostly it for the day. Look at me at the end of this day. I'm looking rough. I'm looking tired. I look so rough in this clip. Honestly, it had been a long day, a long day. But don't worry, in the next clip I'll look a lot worse.
Jump scare.
This is the morning of my birthday and I'm getting ready. This is actually how I do my makeup. I sit on my desk and I use my Hello Kitty mirror because the lighting is just so good. Also, it like faces a window, so my lighting is usually really good. At least from one side. Half of my face looks really good. I don't know about the other half. That's not my business. Now that I'm ready, I guess it's finally time to put on the dress. So let's head on over. To the reveal. I hope you like it. Please leave a nice comment. Thank you. Here's the dress. I don't have any aesthetic places to film this. Okay, I'm embarrassed to I don't know why I decided to do the reveal shots in my messy desk area. I literally just sewed for 2 days straight. I could have gone outside or something, so that's my bad. I'm sorry it's not aesthetically pleasing and these clips are horrible, but the dress is done and that's what's important. Okay, I'm trying my best. Okay, I'll get better with the angles, but here's me putting on the dress. I was obviously struggling with lacing up both sides. I think I laced one side up and the other side was too loose, so I had to summon my boyfriend to help me. I love how the end product came out. Like aesthetically it looks really cute in my opinion. Like I know it's choppy and rough around the edges, but I really don't mind that aesthetic. My only issue is that the front is just so, it sits weird on the body. I think it's because of the pentagram that has interfacing in it. It just is really stiff. Everything else of the dress was super fine. It was super comfortable and I actually really liked it, and I do see myself wearing this like again. And as for the skirt, it does kind of look like I rushed through it a little bit, and you see how it looks. Like it's definitely not perfect, but I also see myself wearing this, but maybe not with this dress. I did try putting it under the dress, but it was just, I didn't like how both of them were looking together. I don't think it looks horrible when I'm looking at these clips, but in the moment I just I don't know, I thought it looked horrible together, but I don't think it looks that bad. What do you think? So this is the final dress. Let me know what you guys think. I'm gonna wear it with some boots. It's raining today, so we're probably just gonna chill. Well, that was my dress. Honestly, I was shocked that I was able to finish it before my birthday. Today's my birthday. I was super shocked I was able to complete it. It was super easy. Honestly, if I didn't have to put the little decals on myself, it would have been even faster. And if my boyfriend didn't help me with the grommets, I don't know if it would have been possible because those took a while. So he was just doing them while I was working on the jean skirt, which I'm not even wearing today because I felt like it was a little too bulky and I didn't like how it was layering. And it felt uncomfortable. It was like the corset is like tight on my waist and then that's like a lot of fabric, so it was like a bunch. It was like sensory overload, so I decided not to wear the skirt. Super duper bummer, but also one of the reasons I was scared to wear the skirt is because I'm scared it's gonna fall apart. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the outfit section of this video. The rest of the video is just gonna be random stuff I did on my birthday if you're interested. If you're not interested, totally you don't gotta watch it, but I wanted to add it anyways in case you guys care. Anyways, and yeah, that's gonna be it for me if you're heading out. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I don't have a lot planned today, but one thing I really want to do is there's this cat graffiti in my neighborhood and I want to take a photo with it and I want to do the little Hello Kitty pose. That's literally all I have on my to-do list today. Nothing crazy, but just like things I want to do.
Happy birthday!
I'm not breaking it. Are you joking? Oh, okay, I can't break it. Great. I'm about to open my gift. First gift. I have no idea what this is. Wink, wink. Oh, damn. Ooh. Ooh la la. I got a new computer. This may not look like a computer, but it is. World's tiniest computer. I don't think that's accurate, but. Ooh, that is dangerous. Imagine I dropped it. I got a new computer. First of all, oh my god, these are heavy. We got some mechanical keyboards. Oh, this is Rose. But this, arguably, I'm gonna put this down here. Arguably better is my keyboard, and I'm so excited. So yeah, watch me unbox. Ready? Nice. You get some waifu stickers, adorable. They made a whole persona for this keyboard. Kinda cute though. I like the commitment. Nah. Oh, okay. Well. Comes with a dongle, and a switch puller. Pretty nice, I think. I don't know, it's my first mechanical keyboard, I should also say. And a wire. Ooh, extra keycaps. I think it's Windows compatible, so it has some Windows keys. And this one, very important. It's a cat. Let me get 3 extra switches. I've been waiting for this for so long. It is heavy. Ah, it's so good. It's so good. Wait, what did you press? That looks so cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Whoa! That's so cool.
He turned his on. Dang, mine's dead. No, mine's dead. Boo.
It's like raindrops.
I mean, thunderstorm. Oh. It's like a shadow, right?
Yes. Hey, Bubba. It does look like a cat. Yeah, it does look like a cat. You're doing good. Wow.
I just need a tail. Oh, this is hard. I'm cramping. We made it. It's raining and it's dark, but we made it. Which one should I get? Oh, these are cute. Look, she's sleeping.
Don't worry, baby. I'm
Is that
preparing
cute?
newborn stuff. It's pretty cute.
That is pretty cute. Look, you can dress her up.
Oh, that's cute.
Thank you for watching my birthday shenanigans. I got some stickers today. Super sad that my birthday is coming to a close. I had such a great day today. Literally all I did was just run around with my boyfriend, run around town, take random photos, and it was super fun. And you know, I really cherish these times. So yeah, I know my birthdays don't look like typical extravagant parties because honestly it's just me and my partner hanging out and it's super fun and I love it so much and I wouldn't have it any other way. Usually like my birthdays are like an emotional day for me. I am a Cancer, so you know, but for the first time this year I didn't feel super sad on my birthday. I felt happy, which is, I know it's like weird, you should feel happy on your birthday, but I always felt really anxious on my past few birthdays. I always felt like I was behind and that like I was failing in aspects of my life. But this year, I haven't really been feeling like that. I've just been feeling grateful for each year that I get to live on this earth with people that I love. So yeah, I just wanted to add that. But thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!